Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Not Another FPL podcast here on Thursday, the 8th of April. How you doing, Dommy?
I'm all right. It's a bit of a boozy bank holiday weekend, so
Yeah, do you have a good time?
it was lovely, lovely. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. Do you want to kickstart on how your game week 31 went, I believe?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't too bad. There's definitely rough and smooth points here. 57
Sorry, game week 30. Game week 30.
easy. Take it easy. It's not like you do a podcast. 57 points, which was not a bad score. As you know, that's got me to 190,000 or thereabouts overall rank. Average points was 46, so yeah, 11 points above the average, pretty good. So that was nice. However, played the bench boost, and it's probably
Dun,
one
dun,
of the
dun.
worst decisions, if not the worst decision I've made all season. As I transferred in Rudiger, very good transfer. Chelsea playing West Brom at home,
What a joke.
barely conceding any goals. Rudiger looks like, an amazing centre back all of a sudden under Tuchel. Doesn't play. And the City boys, they don't play Gundo and Cancelo. So I played my bench boost for a massive 2 points from Fraser Forster,
Oh.
which, by the way, Southampton aims Burnley. Nice little tie to think, I might play Forster in goal over Martinez or bench boost. No. The FPL gods had different opinions to me, and it played out. But overall, 57 points, just inside 190,000 in the world. So on to the next one. How'd you get on?
What would have been funny, actually, mate, if McCarthy played for Southampton and then you would have got zero.
Yeah,
Just just thought I'd put that out there. But
yeah.
yeah,
What about
um,
people like you, James?
yeah. So for myself, don't know if you want to go scroll down to 16th in the league. Um, yeah, so it was 53 for myself. Only Harry Kane really with the armband with the 26 points. And yeah, as you can see, Rafinha with the assist. Fernandez with the assist. The defense done terribly. I was absolutely fuming with the likes of Digne and Dallas not keeping clean sheets. Also, Martinez, I thought he was a bit unlucky because he would have been on for an 11 drop. And obviously, Konsa come in for Gundo. But anyway, yeah, so I think I had 53 points. Now just in the top 1 million. One transfer made, which was Rudiger, which was obviously, yeah, like what Dom said, a fantastic strategic move. But yeah, still got two transfers, and now I'm looking to kick on now for the next game week. Dom, what's your thoughts then, mate? Because there seems to be quite a big fixture swing for a few clubs, as we've touched on before. Where's your thoughts going with this one?
Yeah, two free transfers. Carried only spent one last week, so carried that over intentionally. I
Yeah,
like the fact if we get the fixtures up here. I do like the fact that some teams like Liverpool, who
core.
some people own Salah, some people don't own any Liverpool. It's very rare that people have got two Liverpool at the moment, unless they've recently brought Jota into the side.
Mm.
Like I say, I've got two free transfers now. I watched that game midweek, the Champions League, and sorry, mate, Lacazette, your mate Lacazette's just walked the ball from 40 yards and missed a one-on-one. Unbelievable.
Wow.
He's at the bar. Um, anyhow, sorry. So, yeah, I'm looking at Liverpool assets. I wish I still had Salah in my team because it's Salah. Look at those fixtures.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out a way at the moment now to hop on Liverpool. I think they're out of the Champions League. I'd be very surprised if they turn that round against Real Madrid now. And
Yeah, I
therefore, for
agree with that.
me, their whole season is now going to come down to fighting for fourth spot. And Jota's
Yeah.
come back with a bang, hasn't he?
Yeah. So do you think he obviously plays midweek? Is that what you're sorry, on Saturday, or is it Saturday against Villa? So you're thinking that they now need to prioritise trying to get top four?
Yeah, look, he didn't start on the weekend. He come off the bench and he scored a brace. He looks like the only player in that front three who has got a bit of heart about him. He wants to score goals. Yes,
Mm.
Salah scored as well, but he doesn't. He's not really in the game. He's on the fringes of the game. But that's the quality of Salah. He only needs sort of one chance, and he can score. I think
Yeah, he
Jota
could have had a couple, Salah, I thought, against Liverpool. Not that I remember much of the game, but I did watch the highlights, and I think he was unlucky not to get a brace. But
yeah,
sorry, Carrie.
possibly, but he didn't. So I think Shota's above um,
Yeah, just
Firmino.
think on a different day, Salah could get 2 or 3 against an easier team like the likes of Villa, Newcastle, Leeds.
Yeah, and
Southampton.
that's why
So
he's in my thoughts. I think it's time
yeah,
now where with that running, and like I say, with it looking like the Champions League's over for Liverpool, I think I need to have Salah and Jota in my team um, for the finish. Yeah.
yeah. See, that might be quite easy for some to get. For me, I can only really see myself getting in Yotta. Bit of a strange one because I do have Son at the moment, which I don't want, obviously, for this game week. But then, obviously, with the double, um, the week after, I obviously need him then. So it'd be a bit too short term for me. But definitely Yotta, I think, is on my radar. Now, a team that I quite like, Domi, is Wolves. Sorry, not Wolves. The fixtures. I don't like Wolves at all. I think they're absolutely boring to watch. But I think their fixtures are too good to be true. I think they're playing against some absolute dog teams. And I'm looking at probably bringing in that Neto for 5.8. I think he's quite good value. I'm 16th, as I said. I need someone different. Can't get to Jailings and Yotta. So what do you think about Neto?
I really like Neto as a player. I don't think he will be a Wolves player much longer.
Mm,
I think he's only like 20. I love the fact that
yeah,
I think his mum and dad still drop him off the training. Um, he,
class.
he's got a lot about him, a lot of likability about him. Um, I understand
123 points.
why you're drawn to Yotta. Sorry, Neto. What about Yotta?
I always get the two confused. Yeah.
I know it's late on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Um,
Portuguese 4-letter word,
I don't know, right? It's
easily
set
done.
up for us to fail. Um, so for me though, Wolves. If I look at the Premier League table though, James, what puts me off? I think Neto's a great player. Is he a great FPL asset at the moment? That's debatable. And what probably swings it for me is Wolves aren't going to get relegated, as you can see there.
Yeah,
And
you're
they're
talking beach,
probably
aren't you?
not going to finish in the top six. Therefore, and they don't score many goals. So for me, I think
Yeah, scored
there are
30.
better options out there that
Yeah.
Neto at the moment.
For me, though, for 5.8, when you're someone who's 16th in the league trying to maneuver some sort of last minute run to claim some pride back, I think I'm trying to, I'm happy to spend 5.8 on a player who not many people would have. It's like that risk versus reward. I don't see too much risk. Obviously, if I could get Jailings, I probably would, even though he's got quite a tough game. And, now we've got West Ham without Antonio and Rice. I think he's just a punt I'm happy to make, and he'll probably be my fourth midfielder. So I'm not expecting, you know, absolute miracles from him. But I just think for someone who's in my position, mate, sorry, 5.7 he is. I think he's definitely worth a little punt.
So would you? I'm just having a look there because I'm just bringing it up as we're speaking.
Same points as
So,
Suchek, mate. Same points as Suchek. Who would have thought that?
wow, yeah, wow. I don't know which. Yeah, yeah,
20
definitely.
odd 20 odd points more less than Gundo. What price is how many is Gundo on? 142. Right, so he's 19 off Gundo.
Yeah, I mean, with
Player,
those
mate.
pictures, when you put it like that, you are, building quite the case to own Neto. And if you're in the chasing pack, I can understand why you
Chasing
go
pack,
for him.
if he scores,
And
I'm not expecting, but if he scores 2 goals in them 4 or 5 fixtures, mate, I'm happy. Um,
is
like I
there
said, I
anyone else?
can't.
What about Piero? He's just had a 21 drop against
Nah, no, I
Chelsea.
can't touch West Brom. I mean, I, I can't have him. I mean, I thought sometimes he doesn't play. So when he does play, I mean, Yeah, he looks ridiculous at times, but no, that was a fluke. Whoever had him in their team and got the points for him, then they need to think twice about themselves, and it's a complete
Even worse,
fluke.
off the bench, eh?
Um, won't mention any names there, but yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Doing the two transfers, I do like. I'm a bit annoyed actually, and I don't like the Gooners at all. But I really was annoyed that Tierney got injured against Liverpool. He's out for I think a month to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if you went back to the fixture tracker, I think Tierney would probably be the way into Arsenal's defence there. And I think they've got 5 good games there where he could have easily got some attacking returns. And yeah, I'm not going to touch Arsenal now. Probably Saka and Lacazette will go and fill their boots in that time. But I was looking at Tierney, 5 something for maybe Digne, because he seems to just be literally the biggest waste of money I've ever spent on over 6 mil for Digne. Like, he's breaking my heart every week, and I'm too scared to take him out. I think you're in the same boat.
Well, every
Because
time,
when you
yeah,
do, he's just going to explode.
yeah, but that's the. I completely agree. Like with Digne, you think, this is his game where he's going to do what he done at Burnley away that time and scored a couple of free kicks. And I'm
Joke.
thinking, for the price, with Richarlison, back looking hungry. You got DCL back looking
I don't know
hungry.
about them games though.
David Rod in there. You think he's going to get an assist? He's going to get a clean sheet, and then
Yeah.
Everton are just doing what Everton have been doing at the
And he
moment.
just comes away and gets booked, doesn't he? And gets a 1 drop.
Yeah, and now I want to take him out. But he's got Brighton away.
I know.
So
Like you said.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, another person in my sights who is stay on this is that bloke for up top for Leicester. Now that I think Maddo's back is even going to increase his chances of doing well. It's the guy from Lagos, Nigeria. It's Kenji Iheanacho. And I think he is absolutely flames, mate. And for them 4 games again, 5.8, I think he is. Why do I keep everyone thinking everyone's 5'8"? He is 5'8". Neto's 5'7".
Let's get some facts.
Might have gone up, but yeah, I'm looking at him for the next few game weeks. But I want to tap into Liverpool's defense, but again, I don't want to spend the 7 mil for Trent. He had his pants pulled down against Madrid. I know they're not playing against teams like Madrid this 5'8", right? But yeah, so that's really where I'm looking. So I'm a bit annoyed I'm going to have to use 2 transfers this week, but I think quite a few people will have a lot of Leeds and Villa players they're going to shift off or bench.
So what would, because I understand that. So you're looking at Neto, you want to get Iheanacho in your team.
Jota
looks like he's going to come into your team.
Yeah, I think that's about it really short term.
Yeah, for many managers, they can even get rid of Son. That frees up some cash if you go down to a Jota.
Can't get rid of Son this game week though because of the double. Maybe after, but even then. But then if you look at after that, have a look at Spurs' games after the game week 32, after the double. Obviously, you got the blank, so you could hop off them. But if you look at them 3 games there,
and what they're going to be doing in the league, they're going to be chasing for that 4th spot, aren't they? It's not over.
Yeah,
they can still finish it. They can still finish.
Far from over.
Especially
3 points off.
West Ham are playing Leicester this weekend. United are playing, obviously United are playing Spurs. It's going to be wide open. And this is what I was getting onto your point about Neto, though, mate. Is I want to own players that are in form, that are from those teams that are chasing that top 4 spot. And I can list players there. You could
Jay Lings.
You could go for your Jay Lingard, even though Antonio's now injured. I still think Lingard.
Do you think that affects Jay Lings then a lot?
I think Lingard's playing himself away into the England setup. And interestingly, I've seen some shouts saying that Lingard is doing what Bruno Fernandes done when Bruno signed for United that season in January. He's actually, his points average per game is the best in FPL than any other player.
Wow.
So there's a case that Jay Lingard could be player of the season.
Shut up, mate. How many little pale ales have you had?
But
we've already agreed to disagree on that one. So
what I'm really getting at is I want players from teams that are fighting for something. I feel Chelsea.
Who then, mate? If you're putting me off, you got to think of the price range here. You're putting me off a Neto who's 5'7". I can't, like I said, I can't go to Jota and Jaylings. I can afford either Jaylings and Neto or Jota, and I want Jota over Jaylings. So you name me a 5.8 player for them good teams who can fit in as your fourth midfielder.
I'd probably question. I'd say to you, how important is Bamford to you now? Bamford, what's he trading at?
Well, it depends on what price you got him at, doesn't it? Really, 6, 7, but
you're getting 6 million at least for Bamford, yeah. So you could downgrade Bamford to your mate from Leicester. You could question Rafinha's position there. If you downgraded Bamford to your mate from Leicester, you could upgrade Rafinha to somebody.
I just don't. I don't see.
Get rid of Digne.
Yeah, I just think Wolves. I know they're partly on the beach, and I do agree. It is getting to that time of the season where it is. They're fighting for their wages and stuff. And if you were to take a punt on, like a Callum Wilson to come back to try and keep Newcastle up, like that sort of player in a few game weeks' time, go down to the bottom.
But you just said to me about as well. Look at Neto's equaling Souček. I'd argue I'd rather have Souček in my team than Neto at the moment. Possibly, I don't know. Teams that are fighting. Can you get to Mason Mount in that Chelsea team?
No chance. No. But yeah, no, that probably is the steal. Actually, that 7. What was he? 7 mil? Mount?
Like 6, 7, I think. Mount.
Wow.
6. He might have had a price rise.
How he even scored over the weekend because Werner's just so low on confidence. It's just embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, and he's actually had a few price rises there recently because that's caught me out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's probably better than Son at the moment, but value obviously. But I mean, you can't take him out, Son, like I keep on saying. But yeah, I think there's a lot of value in midfield. Defense, I think, if you want to go, you've got Trent, obviously, aren't you? And I mean,
yeah, if I look at my team here, Trent, that was nice.
You're big at the back, aren't you? Actually, you got Cancelo.
I have Cancelo. Cancelo's got to go. This is my problem. And if you've got multiple City assets, is what you do about City. I don't really want 20 minutes from KDB here and there.
I've seen a big report that KDB is not going to play against Leeds.
I wouldn't be surprised because what was the score against Dortmund? 2-1 Foden.
2-1, yeah.
So that game's not over yet. So they're going to play the top team against that.
Far from over.
Game. So, I mean,
why would you play De Bruyne and he could get injured, and then your biggest game of the year so far is then?
Yeah, and Gundogan didn't play last match, and Cancelo didn't play last match in anticipation for the Champions League match. So I don't really anticipate them playing against Leeds either. So I can't have 3 City players not played.
No, you've got to go Gundo to Salah. I think that's probably and then if you can squeeze in Jota, and I don't know, it's probably too much. How much money you got in the bank?
I can do it. Yeah, I can do it.
How much money you got in the bank?
I've got 0.9 in the bank.
0.9. Okay.
I could do De Bruyne to. Let's have a little play around, shall we? If I do that, I just don't like this midfield when I look at it like this, though. And then I just missed out. I think on the old
6-1.
He's 6'9" now. So this is what I mean. I'd have to do a -4.
Well, you could do. Why don't you get rid of Calvert-Lewin for the old Lagos boy?
Because I don't want him.
All right, fair enough.
But
you're not going to go Salah and Jota, are you?
It depends if I take Cancelo out, which is the obvious thing to do. So the obvious one to go for me is probably get Kufau in and do that and have 0.5 in the bank.
What's West Ham's games like?
They play well. They play Leicester next, don't they? But he doesn't even have to start this week. Newcastle, what a lovely fixture. Chelsea, Burnley. So every other game's a good fixture there. And like I say, they're playing big. And if I do that, though, I mean, I can start Trent, Digne, Rudiger.
Rudy's, yeah.
I'm a bit annoying that Digne will be playing Kano. Could play Shaw because I don't know what Tottenham are going to.
Now Shaw will play. What do you mean? Digne will play?
Dino's playing Kano, isn't he, on the
Nah.
week after, isn't it? It's the week after.
Yeah, Shaw against Kane and Bruno.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
there's
a lot of
options there.
things, to think about. I think there's going to be a lot of players that are going to hit, and if you're on them, you're on them. But I think there could be a lot of different teams actually going into this next 8 game weeks or so, and I'm still wide open. I think this week is the captaincy. I think it's absolutely wide open. I think number one is for me Salah. I don't think there's any doubt he's the best captaincy option, just purely because I don't like the rotation side of things with Leeds. Again, if you know that KDB was to play, you'd probably say KDB would be. I don't think taking a punt on the likes of either Aguero or Sterling's good business, because I know they didn't play obviously in the week. I think that's too risky. So I think Salah is number one. Jota could be probably second. I do worry about Jota's minutes though, because he did play 81 against Madrid, but he come off. So, but no, I think that's probably they're the two. And then, to be honest with you, they're the only two teams I'd probably be looking at captaining. And then if you really wanted to, maybe I can see Kane scoring against Man United quite easily. So I would never put anyone off captaining Kane or against him Bruno. So they're my 4, I would say. But if you can afford all of them, good luck. So what are you thinking, mate?
You know what? I'm tempted to say maybe DCL.
No way. He can't get out of my team quick enough, mate, that guy. Honestly.
He could have scored in his last match, mate. He could have scored a couple of goals. He actually missed some really good opportunities.
What did I say about Salah? He could have scored 2 against Arsenal. You went, oh, he didn't though, did he? So that's what I'm going to say about DCL. He didn't, did he?
Yeah, so, fair point.
Yeah, move on from that.
Right.
Arsenal love. You got any Gooner loving you? Wait, Sheffield United, the worst team in the league.
Well, who owns
Aubameyang?
Who owns Aubameyang? If you do, then
some Gooner probably does.
I think Aubameyang actually, it's got to be the worst FPL asset this year.
Yeah. I had him starting in my team, 12 mil midfield. I was so over the moon. He's actually been my captain this year, which is frightening. That's how bad the move that was.
Aubameyang was going to be like the highest point scoring player ever.
Yeah.
Went from striker to midfield with those extra points, and he is absolute pony.
I know.
Anyhow, so yeah, I don't know if you even own Arsenal players to captain an Arsenal player.
What about a Chelsea player? What about a Mount?
Yeah, I think if I own Mason Mount, I would be tempted. I think the boy's on form. I think if I own Mason Mount, I would be very tempted to captain him. I'm not interested anywhere else.
Palace are on the beach, let's just say that, and they are a team, like the likes of Wolves, like I'm sure you're comparing with, who are just, but I think we're at that stage where it's a little bit premature to be jumping on them teams that are fighting for survival. I will be having some maverick moves later down the line, like I said, for the likes of Wilson to keep a Newcastle up, because weird things happen towards the end of the year. So I think for the last 3 to 4 game weeks, I will be looking at getting in players that stay at what?
If you transfer in Neto this week, surely you got a captain him.
Why?
Fulham away.
Nice. I fancy Fulham to concede, but I'm not sure if they'll lose.
Salah's obviously the best captain option this week. Do you own Salah?
Why have I got a captain Neto, mate? I haven't got a captain him at all. That's the worst comment I've ever heard you say. I'm just bringing him in, mate, because he's got a better game than likes Traore and Rafinha, and they have for the next couple of game weeks.
Guess what, you got to captain him.
Well, no, I'm not going to, but I mean, I think I'm probably I might captain Jota, but I do feel like that's a risk. I feel safer captaining Kane or Bruno, but anything can happen. Any result could happen in that Spurs game.
Right. We're going to have to wrap this up, mate. For some reason,
sorry. Go on then.
I've absolutely cough my guts up here. So,
Right. So, what was that?
Flutter of the week.
Flower of the week for me. I am going for the 4:30 kickoff on Sunday, and I actually fancy Spurs to beat United.
Bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Sorry to any Tottenham fans listening to this.
Why not?
Spurs aren't going to beat United, are they?
Why not? They're playing away in Spain tonight. Spurs are going to be absolutely ready for it.
If United played on Saturday night, I think they're still going to get something to against that Spurs team.
They were poor defensively against
two against Newcastle, bro.
Mate, we'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm putting my neck on the line, mate, because I know you'll probably go Man City against Leeds, or you go Liverpool against Villa. That's what you normally do. Go on, then.
Oh, I'm going to bed after this.
Go on, then.
I'm going to say Leicester beat West Ham 7-5. Leicester beat West Ham. Declan Rice is out injured. Antonio's out injured. Maddison's back for Leicester. I think they win.
Right. Well, you go get some water, mate. You've not said anything about your captain, anyway.
My captain.
Or are you just going to keep it a secret and not tell anyone and put everyone shove everyone under the bus?
31. Probably be Mo Salah.
Right. Happy days. Right. Let's wrap this up then. We are Not Another FPL podcast. It's been great having you on. It's been okay having you on, Dom. And it's a good night from me.
That's probably our worst podcast to date. I'm just going to say, guys, medical conditions. Cheerio.